welcome to the 10th episode of the Entering Endgame Podcast, aka the E Squared Podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Florida, and I'm a very lucky girl today, y'all, because I am joined by two spectacular, handsome, and wonderful men here on the Entering Endgame Podcast today. First and foremost, we have, you're back. You're back again. Fresh64 underscore. Welcome back to the Entering Endgame Podcast.
Thank you. I was happy to be here.
How many episodes have we had you on at this point in a row, kid?
I'm losing track now. It's a lot.
Thank you for constantly making time for us with your wisdom and expertise, Fresh.
Thank you. I love being here. So appreciate it.
Happy to have you. And another returning co-host today, the ambassador himself, my favorite scientist in the entire universe, and I really do mean that. Science Streams is here with us today. Hello, Ambassador.
Ashley, thank you so much for having me back. Second episode. I'm
Woo!
so excited.
You actually look excited.
I am excited. I love listening to the show. And I was like, last time I was on, I was like, oh, this is so cool. We get to talk to my friends about video games.
I know. I have to tell you, last time we had you on Science, I feel like people really don't know you are such a gamer. People, obviously you do a lot of science content, a lot of educational content, but you do a ton of gaming on the channel as well. And I don't think people really knew, we have a true gamer on our hands until the last episode.
I think it's like most scientists, you're just like, oh, they're just nerds and they just work with their little bugs in their lab. And then all of a sudden, no, I'm like, there's plenty of games we don't stream too. I really enjoy. Oh yeah, I'm just Ninja Gaidening lately. Yeah, I'm just chopping people up. It's cool. It's fine.
That's so awesome. You played one of the Ninja Gaidens, didn't you, Fresh?
Yes. I think the new 2D one that came out last year.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It was fun. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Nice.
It was Rage Bound.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's right.
Super cool game.
I bought the game. I bought Rage Bound, and I played it for 2 nights, and I was just like, this is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, and I never picked it back up, but I really need to.
There is a great accessibility setting on it. If you're having one of those times you just want to enjoy a really good game, you can have unlimited health. You can crank up the handicap and just enjoy the game, and you don't have to worry about it.
Limited health. Oh my god! All right, good. Well, next time I pick it up, I'm definitely gonna check out just to see where that is in the menu. I'm just gonna peruse a little bit. Well, we have a lot to dive into today. All three of us are playing the Pokopias, but you don't get to hear that until a little bit later today. But today's recording date is March 28th, episode coming out on March 30th of 2026. Happy to have you guys here with us today. Let's get the sad news out of the way first, shall we? You know what people say, do you want the good news or the bad news first? I like the bad news first. I like to end on a happy note. How about y'all?
That sounds good. Way of doing it. Yeah.
So I just feel like this has been we're only in the end of March here in 2026, and I feel like it has been the year of layoffs for all of these big companies. Epic Games laying off 1,000 people this week, stating that part of the reason being challenges delivering consistent Fortnite magic. Very interesting.
It's mind-boggling to me that if a company who's putting out Fortnite can't do well, what luck is there for anyone else, right? Because in my mind, that's still a huge moneymaker. And I don't know what really the difference is in that magic beyond maybe they had some sales dips, but that's an incredible for a game that's free to bring in the amount of money they are. I really wonder what's under the hood. What else is going on that we don't know about?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Also, what are the expectations? Maybe I feel like their expectations may be too high. Because like you said, this is one of the biggest properties in the world. So how are we having these problems? It just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense.
I can't believe that 1,000 people, that's a lot. That's not a small amount of people for a game studio, even who run Fortnite. I can't believe that was their excuse. Fortnite, no consistent Fortnite magic. I don't know. Maybe not putting The Office in Fortnite and maybe doing stuff that kids would be interested in would be super cool, but that's just me.
Well, they're shutting down some of these smaller, like spin-off type games. I think I want to say there were like 3 of them that were not. I think it was like a music game, and then I think a racing game, kind of league style. So I'm like, I don't know what their expectations going in, because I know the multiplayer shooters like their big money makers. So like, maybe they need to target their expectations a little more realistic. I don't know.
Yeah.
Very bizarre.
I would have liked some transparency, like what the layoffs, like number one, I guess how many individuals are employed, right? So how much of that 1,000, like how big is that 1,000 cut? And then what's associated with it, like you were saying, Fresh, like what games are they ending? So is it really just Fortnite related, as they said, or is it that we were investing all of these like smaller IPs and we just decided, you know what, they're just not working out? Because that's a very different excuse for shutting down projects versus just Fortnite Magic. I mean, I don't play it because I would get addicted to the skins. So I love The Office, and I worry that I would want, you know, The Office. What is it? Dwight with the face mask is one of them that you can get. Yeah, I don't want that, but I feel like that, you know, it's playing on nostalgia. It's clever. It's a smart move, but yeah, I think it's probably just there's other things behind the hood that we don't know about too.
Totally agree. Also in news, there's so many like this happens every podcast. Every podcast, like the day or two before, bombshell news happens in the universe, and we have to report on it. So we have some price stuff to talk about here. First and foremost, I want to talk about something that I feel should have been done in the gaming industry so long ago. Nintendo announcing, in my opinion, a big W this week, that they will be differing the prices on physical and digital media by $10. So the standard game usually running about $69.99 for a physical copy with Nintendo on the Switch 2 right now. And they will be making the digital copies $59.99. I think this is huge.
I like this.
I love that there's some like listening to the audience at this point of what they're bringing in, that there is this price decrease. Now, one thing that's weird about Nintendo and these other game industries now is like with that cartridge that you get from Nintendo, it doesn't actually hold the game. It just holds a key. Like I've learned this from our game dev friends. It's a Boolean key that just unlocks the download to be able to play on your game. So really you're still limited on the internet connectability to your Switch 2, and you're technically not owning the game. If they discontinue the cloud service of it, you still lose it. So that with the physical copy, you're really paying for extra. Is just like you're holding something, but you're still not actually owning the game in the same way that you would classically, like with our PS1 disc era style. So it's like it makes so much more sense, even on the decrease side of things.
Yeah, I agree. Kind of like you, actually. I was like, why hasn't this been done sooner? Like I said, why, if I'm paying digital, why am I paying the same price if I don't actually have the card? So what makes sense? I guess my only worry with this would be, are they going to do, when we have a bigger title, like the next 3D Mario, 3D Zelda, is the digital going to be 70, physical 80? Like, how are they going to play with the pricing in that way? So that was the only thing that would kind of worry me. I'm like, because I know Nintendo, you know, with Tears of the Kingdom, like, this is our chance to pull the 70. So, like, now, are we going to start moving these prices around? That would be the only worry for me.
I mean, Tears of the Kingdom could have had a $1,000 price tag, and most of us still would have paid it, including me. I just think we're headed in a good direction here. Like that, this is where we're going. That finally they're recognizing, you know. And I agree with what you said to Science, that like, you know, it's different now. Like owning physical media, like you'll have the game forever because they just shut things down. And it's tough though as a streamer, like from a streamer perspective, it's hard when you need to play the game at midnight when you're doing like an event and stuff like that. Then I have to buy the game 2 times, you know, because I have to have the physical copy in front of me right there. I can't go to a GameStop or whatever because, you know, I promised my audience like at this time I'm going to play it for you. So it's a little tougher like in our shoes where you have to sometimes buy games twice, but I'll say I own a lot more physical media now than I ever did. I mean, digital media now than I did before I streamed.
I'd same here. I made the transition from like having the physical, like for PS4 era, still having the discs, and now the PS5 I have is just there's no disc, right?
Same,
You're risking, like, if they discontinue on the cloud to be able to re-download the game, if you delete it to make space, you might never get that game back, and that gets like the whole idea of ownership. But Fresh's point too of like how the price changes, there's been rumors that GTA 6 will be a higher price point.
Yep.
And that could be where they're also introducing it. Like, well, it'd be 100 for the full copy with the physical, but then for the digital, we'll sell you 90. So that might also be one of those releases where they start playing around with the pricing.
Very true. Well, a sadder thing in the pricing world has also happened, and we just was this yesterday. This broke about the PlayStation price increases. I cannot. Fresh sent me a message yesterday, and he was like, "Well, we got to add a topic to the podcast." I was like, "What?" I sent you the outline for today, and 10 minutes later, you messaged me, "Hey, we got to add this." Big L. PlayStation increasing their prices by $50 on the PS5, the regular one, the digital, and the Pro. Wah, wah.
I like this was to be expected, just considering what's going on with memory, chip shortage, everything.
Yeah.
I feel like this was just inevitable, and it's $100 jump from the price. That's pretty rough. It's pretty rough.
It's a lot.
I'll say get it now for sure, because you got I think like a week until they raise it up.
Is it really a week until they raise the price? Oh my gosh.
It's April 2nd.
Well, they're probably going to get some sales this week.
$900 for a Pro is like, oh man.
I just can't even imagine a world where like you're buying a game system that's costing like what some people pay for rent. That's crazy.
It's what I'm wondering is when the shortage ends, what's going to be the reaction, right? Is it going to be one of those where we've normalized folks to this new price? So if there is the next PlayStation or there's a different variant of the PS5, we're just going to keep it at that price because people are paying it, right? Because we had the graphics cards. Well, because there was the graphics card shortages too, right, during COVID, and that has gone away, but that's not necessarily reflective of the prices. So same thing I would assume with RAM and the shortage on that side of things.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think like as well. Are we going to start? Obviously, we're going to start pricing some people out. So maybe the more casual consumer, maybe a lot of people with kids. I think it's going to be a lot harder if you have, your kids want a PS5 or eventually a PS6, and the PS6 is $600, $700. I was like, that's a hard pull for the kids, for parents.
It's just different than it used to be. You used to even with like pricing being different than it used to be back in the day. Even just a few years ago, like buying a game system, just the Wii U even from then to now is like such a massive difference that like I'm seeing a lot more people now saying like I don't have a Switch 2, I don't have a PS5, I'm still playing my 4, I'm still playing my Switch 1 because like I just can't afford it. It's crazy.
And also, how do you justify getting the game or the system? What is a game that sells a system for you?
Yeah.
There's so much still crosstalk, like with the Switch 2, PS5 less so, right, with the 4, but still, at what point do you justify this is a game that's worth selling an entire system for? Or do you need multiple of them before you bite the bullet?
That's true. But people are saying that too with the Switch 2. Fresh and I talk about all the time, people saying, oh, there's nothing on Switch 2 that would make me buy the system. I feel bad for those people. There's just, to me, already so many new titles and upgraded titles that would make it worth it for me. But I think now, instead of like people getting excited to buy a system on day one, they're stopping and saying, I want to make sure I have lots of games to play on this before I actually pick it up.
Right. Now, I would say even for those people that are thinking about getting to Switch 2, definitely now is the time to get it because, who knows? I feel like Nintendo, I'm assuming that obviously they don't want to raise the price on their console. But like I said, with the way things are going, I would say if you're on that fence, get in now because, we could see that jump up in price.
They already had a raise, right, on the Switch 2. I feel there was already a price raise due to some of the trade wars going on in the world between the US and China. So
I know for sure the accessories, like the controls, the camera, things like that.
Yeah, I feel like the console itself had already gone up by $50 already at one point. So that was due to tariffs at that time, not necessarily shortages. So I feel like another one will be coming for a different reason.
Now's the time, baby. If you're in the market, like save your pennies and get it now.
Well, now I'm thinking ahead of the Steam box, whatever Steam machine, like what's going to go on with that? Because is that going to come out because I feel like that thing's gonna be
It's
whatever
gonna be
people
a
thought it was. We add
computer.
another couple $100s to it.
I mean, I think so too, because I was originally thinking maybe the Steam box will come in at like $500-600, but now like it's gonna basically be a powerhouse computer game system. So, I mean, with the way trends are going now, I wouldn't be shocked if we saw a $700, $800, or even $900 system at this point.
I think it was the last episode that I was on, Ashley. We were talking about that
We were.
reveal,
Yeah.
right? At what we estimated the price, and we were even talking about like because people don't necessarily know what a Steam Deck is. If you were to lower the price to make it more accessible to people to like kind of bring in new folks, and I think we said like maybe $400 or $500, but yeah, I
We
mean
did.
probably towards 1,000 plus.
I know.
at the stage it's
Just a
going.
couple months. Look at that science. You and me did the podcast a couple months ago. We had our predictions, and now just the way the world is, we're taking it back. That's so funny. I mean,
It's rough out there.
It is rough out there. I'll say for sure, though, for me personally, especially like as somebody who streams, I'll be getting the Steam box, whatever the heck it costs. I'll be saving my pennies and buying one for sure. So we just had an Xbox partner premiere. Their partner showcase happened this week as well. Some really interesting stuff in there. Did you guys get a chance to watch it at all or see any of the highlights?
I did. I was able to watch it yesterday.
Yeah, I watched. I skimmed some of the parts, but I mostly watched it. You, Science?
Skimmed it. Nothing really exciting for me. I was kind of very mad about it.
Okay.
I don't know how are you guys about it?
I'll be honest with you. Like, there's probably nothing on here I will personally play, but and Fresh won't get mad. I know you're gonna probably play half the games that they showed, but I thought, I mean, a lot of the W's for me were, I thought it's really cool, like the stuff that's actually coming to the Xbox. They have Hades 2 coming to Xbox, Super Meat Boy 3D, which is probably the only game that I actually want to play on this list. I've played original Super Meat Boy. I think I beat the game in like 2 sittings. And it was the first time I ever like went on to like I think it was my Xbox 360. I went to the game shop and just bought a random game. I've never done that in my entire life. And I saw Super Meat Boy and I was like, what is this? I'm so intrigued, and I could not put it down. And 3D looks really good. So cool that it's coming to the Xbox. Dispatch coming to Xbox as well, which I don't know too much about, but it looks very, very interesting. But there's some cool new titles. Which one's Fresh? You look like you're chomping at the bit over there. We got to talk about some stuff.
I would agree. I would say the showcase didn't wow me. Like, I don't think there was anything that was like blew me away. But there were a few games in there that were like, oh, that's pretty cool. I think the highlight for me was Eternal Life of Goldman, that beautiful looking hand drawn kind of 2D Metroidvania. I've been waiting for that one. That one was announced last year, got delayed. We still don't have a release date for it, but that one for sure I will be picking up day one.
Did you play the demo? Because they were talking about how they have a demo.
I haven't played the demo yet.
You should.
But I do want to check it out.
Yeah, it looks really good. Every moment that was playing, I was like, "That's a Fresh 64 underscore game right there."
Yeah, you ever played an old man?
Old man Metroidvania, cool. Perfect for you. Anything else struck your eye?
The closer looked cool. Artificial Detective. That one looked pretty neat.
I was actually super impressed with the opener. Like the I thought it opened with such a bang. The game Hunter the Reckoning, it was like a vampire kind of like realistic type of game, and the whole time like it started with that trailer, and I was like, wow, I thought that looked pretty awesome. I hope that some of my streamer friends play that. That
one looked pretty good. I had that one on my list too.
It looks
cool.
Looks kind of scary. It'd be a good holiday time game. Eternal Life of Goldman looked super cool, and then there was. What did you think, Fresh? Did you see that Frog Squad game?
I did, yeah. I don't know how Science you enjoy these kind of multiplayer. I know people call it friend slop, whatever, if you want to use that term. But like Peak, Gang Beasts, I like a lot of these games are kind of popping up more and more. It looked fun. It looked fun, like a good multiplayer night. But probably pass on that.
Those multiplayer ones are so cool to see, like, and it's little things I feel that make them fun when it's multiple people playing, and it's so hard to predict what's gonna work. It's like I saw it, and I was like, it could be, it could be great, but like Peak, even things like smoking in Peak right? Where you get a little cigarette in your mouth. It's just like a silly addition to have on there, but it makes it fun when you have your
Yeah.
friends. And
I
so I want
agree.
to see like what kind of extra stuff they're gonna have for that. Like these little silly Easter eggs that people can do and play in the game that kind of makes it fun, for everyone there. The one that I was most excited about is one I've already played for the showcase is Hades 2.
Yeah.
I
Nice.
love that game. I love the series, and I've already had it on the Switch and played it, but at least it opens it up to more people and to discover like how a roguelite should be done. It's just such a hard game to do well because you're repeating it.
Yeah.
You're just
Right.
replaying the same thing over and over, and to keep it fresh and fun, like I don't know, that seems like a crazy thing, but they do it really well. And it's beautiful, like the artwork for it. So that's what I
Hades
would
2,
suggest to.
gorgeous. There's just like a slight color palette change from 1 to 2, where like 2 kind of has like those deeper, darker, like hunter greens, like darker blacks and stuff like that. And like the whole ambiance of the game is really cool. I've never played a Hades, but I love watching people, and I watched you play some Hades on your channel. Both of you. You did you play?
I played Hades 1.
Yeah.
I played Hades 1.
So
Very
like, I
fun
don't
game.
know.
It's
Looks so
very
good.
challenging, very difficult, but super cool.
Nice that it's opening up to more people on the Xbox. It's a huge W that they have all these new games coming. And then there was one more I saw that I wrote down. Alien Deathstorm. I mean, I'll be honest. This I don't know if you guys like took note to this one, but it does kind of look like every other alien shooter explorer kind of a game. But I don't know, something about it. Something about the trailer for that one like really piqued my interest. Like it just the graphics looked really good. It looked super creepy. Like I think I'd like to play a game like that one day.
I liked it. I thought it looked cool. I mean, I'll take anything with aliens in it. But I mean, the gunplay looked cool. Like I said, the design, the ambiance in it looked very nice. I was like, it looked cool. I might check it out.
I'm a
Hey,
sucker for the alien universe,
oh
and
yeah,
so that's enough for me to get into it. Just because like how cool the xenomorph is, right? And like the lore behind
Oh.
each of these characters and how they're developing and why. And it's just like like same with the movies. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in. Probably shouldn't
I'm
be. I should
in.
probably be more discerning, but I don't know. I think it's really cool the universe that they built.
Very excited for all these games. Hades coming to Xbox on April 14th. Dispatch is coming this summer, and Super Meat Boy will be out this week on the Xbox on the 31st. Looks good.
Awesome.
Do you guys have any interest? I'm hearing buzz all week long about Crimson Desert. I saw they even have a Twitch badge for it, which looks super cool. Any interest in Crimson Desert open world combat adventure game?
I think for this one, I will probably wait. I haven't seen a lot of reviews. I've kind of seen a few people playing them, and I know the devs they're making patches constantly
Yep.
to upgrade and fix. So I feel like this is the kind of game like I'll wait a year once they start patching everything out, maybe get a definitive edition to maybe jump in at some point. But it looks like a fun game, cool open world, a lot of stuff to do. Graphically looking awesome.
Yeah.
So not at the moment, but for maybe down the road.
This one,
Yeah, I've been
go ahead, Blaine.
fascinated by the story of that game. Like it's some of the early reviews where there's so much to do and it doesn't really make sense of why there's so much. And apparently the background story was it's had so many iterations and no one ever said no, that they just kept throwing stuff at the wall.
Okay.
And that's why there's so much in it. Like in terms of
Wow.
what random stuff you can do. Like apparently someone thought that it'd be fun to add taxes to the game. So if you steal enough money, the tax collector will come and put a death note on you. Right. So there's like these weird, like all this extra
What?
stuff in there. Yeah. You can put armor onto your pets. So I've seen people
Okay.
play where you can tame 100 cats and put armor on them and have them follow you.
Okay, you're
So
changing my mind about wanting this game.
it seems I'm a sucker for open world, and this is one where it's just like it's giving you everything that you could possibly do. And like Fresh said, they put in first week of updates, the average Steam score went from mixed to overwhelmingly positive.
Yes. Dude, that's a huge W for them because they released on the 19th, so the game hasn't been out that long. The IGN slapped them with a 6. right at the gate, and people were so upset, but they really like took charge, got patches out the first week, fixed bugs, and it like to see like the score change like that so quickly, like that they deserve it. They got in there, and I know people are pissed. They're like, oh, they should have done this in the beginning. You don't know sometimes until you launch, every bug that's going to happen. So huge W for them, going in and being like, okay, fixing it and being like, here you go.
Let's say the funny thing is the game that people reviewed is different from what the game is out now, because with all these patches, so it's like it's kind of hard to take that review score because so many changes have been made. They fixed a lot of the storage issues, fast travel. I think they even adjusted some of the movement and platforming that a lot of people were complaining about. So it's like, yeah, maybe I don't know if they should have opened with like a beta but I think it's selling pretty well, actually. So
they sold 3
right.
million copies of that game as of now. That's a lot for a small game like that. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't think that you're walking down the street and be like, "Hey guys, playing Crimson Desert." Like, like 3 million. That's something to scoff at, baby. That's pretty awesome.
It was interesting when the first reviews came out. Their stocks fell by half because of all the bad reviews.
Oh my!
And then now that it's gone back up, their stocks tripled from the original starting point. So all the investors are like, oh, wait a minute, people actually really like this, and it sold 3 million copies. And
dude, good for them. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Game that I'm majorly looking forward to. I know Fresh is majorly looking forward to, and I have to know what Science Streams is thinking of this one. Lego freaking Batman. And before we even take a breath from me stating Lego Batman, the game's coming out a week early. Have you ever in your lifetime heard of a game not late, not delayed? They're like, surprise, we're coming out a week early. Ever in your life?
I don't think
it's very rare.
I'm excited though. That'll be a day one play for me.
This is one of my most anticipated games this year for sure. And the more they're kind of putting out, previewing, it's like they're pulling in from all the classic Batman movies. I was like, oh, like I'll definitely be playing this day one for sure.
The Lego games I always find to be so fun. Like I love the Lego games. But then this one, you look at the combat that they've introduced now as well, so it feels like a more mature Lego game with like the Arkham Asylum style combat. But it's still a Lego game, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great. Yeah, no, I'm all about it because like I think one of my favorite Lego games was actually Lego Batman 2. So it's even a Lego Batman IP that was, you had the whole city of Gotham, and you had all these characters to unlock. So the collectible side of you got really, excited, and then the story was really good. And this seems like it's trending in that same direction. So yeah, I think it's gonna be awesome.
I'm excited for this one. The only Lego game I've ever played is the first Lego Batman, and I so majorly enjoyed it. That I've just I put this on the podcast every time, even just to mention it, just to keep just to reiterate how excited that I am for this game. Lego Batman.
Fun. Like I said, I was saying you haven't played a Lego game since the original Lego Batman, so it'll be cool to see how you, because I feel like they've improved the game so much. Like they've added a lot of cool elements and puzzles and collectibles. Like the Lego games are very well made games.
They're well loved.
Yeah, and every new one that they've come out with has been like an improvement in like just quality of life things in the game as well. Like I don't know, Fresh, if you ever play like Lego Incredibles, but playing as Mr. Incredible or any of those characters running around a city that you can destroy, and then you can switch to Dory the fish from Finding Nemo and swim on an underwater level, and he's just
very
like
cool.
Vast gameplay that you can have in there.
It is, yeah. Because I played the last one I played was the Lego Star Wars collection.
Ooh,
the one that came out a few years ago.
Yeah,
such a, like if you're a Star Wars fan, obviously coming out with Batman, like they do such a good job of all the little details, the Easter eggs. Like they really nail it.
Wow.
So very exciting.
Lego Batman was going to release on May 29th, will now be releasing on May 22nd, and you can expect to see some familiar characters such as Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, Jim Gordon himself, and Catwoman. Super excited. That's going to be a really big W week of releases, because the day before Lego Batman, we're getting Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. And I know one gentleman sitting here who is excited for this one, Fresh64_. What do you think of like the new gameplay stuff that's come out?
I loved what I saw. I love the added elements of just the interactive environments, to where the enemies and the characters will interact with things going on around you. Like, it looks so much fun. Like I said, beautiful art style. Like,
yeah.
Oh man, the graphics, the kind of that storybook. I feel like color pencil type graphics look really nice.
I wrote it down as drawn animation. I don't know like what you actually call. I don't know what you'd actually call it. I was trying to think of how to describe it, but that's what I wrote down. It looks like to me, and I never played Yoshi's Island before. Don't come for me, people. I never had the system. But it looks to me like a modern style, almost like a Yoshi's Island from the gameplay that I've seen so far. Like, it looks really good.
It does, yeah. Like that 2D, definitely. I mean, the 3D games are really fun. Like Woolly World is one of my favorite games, but Yoshi's Island for sure is a must play.
Yeah,
so I'm excited.
Science, how are you feeling? Are you excited for Yoshi and the Mysterious freaking Book?
I am. Like the last one they had, gosh, was Switch 1, right? They had the crafted world.
Yeah.
And that was beautiful too with the art. Like that was a very unique take. Even the yarn fabric, right? Looked like it had fabric. Like, super, super pretty. A 2-player fun that you could do. Like Lita and I would play that game together because it was such a good time. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. And little one, Munchkin, she loves dinosaurs and she has seen the trailer for the new Super Mario movie where she saw Yoshi and that green dino. And so you better believe we're gonna play Green Dino together.
Oh, she's so stinking cute. It is available now for pre-order. It'll be a side scroller featuring Mr. I'm sorry, I have to say the book's name is Mr. E. Mystery. Come on. That's adorable. That is so cute. That got me. I was like, Mr. E, get out of here. It'll feature Mr. E. And I saw a little Shy Guy in there and even Bowser Jr. So
Bowser Jr., yeah, seeing Bowser Jr.'s back. Yeah. I know he's kind of tied into with the Yoshi game, so that's cool.
That's going to be awesome. I'll definitely be playing this one.
That's good. This will be I know they were talking about earlier about the pricing. This will be the first title where we get the 60 for digital, 70 for physical.
Thank you. I meant to mention that first one is going to be Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, that officially will be the first official title to have the new physical and digital media price difference. Super cool.
I'll go digital.
It already has it on.
I will be going digital as well.
I already got my pre-order in on the digital store, and yeah, it has that discount on there. Oh,
nice.
Yeah,
this is great.
I love that. Tamagotchi Life, a game that I don't know very well, coming out in April. Tamagotchi Life, Living the Dream. I didn't know much about Tamagotchi Life, so just for my own purposes for the podcast, I googled Tamagotchi Life. This is what it said. It said you are the caretaker of an island full of silliness, drama, love, and surprises. Does that sound right to you, Fresh?
Well, I said I have not played any Tomodachi Life up until this one. I did try out. They put out a demo for it that I played for a little bit. I put about maybe 45 minutes in.
Oh.
And just to kind of check it out. It looked like a cute kind of sim game. And it has some charm to it. After playing the 45 minutes, I probably will not be picking this up. But it's a fun, like I said, sim game. You have your little island, you create these characters, and it's kind of like you're watching actors that are playing out. They're interacting with each other, you setting up these relationships. They have little funny interactions, things like that. But it's a charming game. I said not for me. I probably will not be picking it up, but it was a fun.
They don't
experience.
They don't say like bad words, do they?
Well, if you've been apparently, I don't know if it's gonna change, but apparently Nintendo did not put any filter. And people have been putting some pretty not safe for work words. I know this is a family-friendly podcast.
Oh my God.
But yeah, they're putting all kinds of crazy things coming out of the Mii's mouths. Because it has a funny, I don't know if you heard of that, like their TTS, like a very silly TTS
hilarious.
voice. So they're dropping F-bombs and all kinds of crazy stuff. So I'm curious to see.
Oh my God.
Obviously, Nintendo, very family-friendly. So for them not to put a filter in, like I'm curious to see, are they going to change that?
That's
Because yeah, there are
crazy.
F-bombs and all kinds of sexual things. It's like, well,
Oh my god.
very interesting.
If all y'all out there see some kind of like a TikTok or whatever that has Tamagotchi stupidity, send it to me. I want to see it.
I can see this being a fun, like, if you're a streamer, you're creating this little world where you're, you know, because you can create, like, so you can create yourself, you can create your friends, you can create celebrities, like, you can do all this cool customization and stuff. So, like, I could see it being a fun game for maybe a streamer.
Science, how are you feeling about the Tamagotchis?
I've never played one before. So just like you actually Google, I'm like, what is this even about? And it's not for me. It's very much like Fresh was describing. It's like you're stepping back and you're just kind of letting stuff go. And I like to be more involved in what you're doing, like actually interacting with them versus just like the presentation of it. But it seems like, for what it is, it seems neat. Just again, not really up my alley.
Yeah, big same. It's interesting for sure, and I could totally see how it'd be fun for a community to like get into it, build each other, and like have a lot of fun with it. But yeah, it just looks like The Sims with like weird people.
That's a perfect way to describe it. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to talk about Mario. It's time for Mario, baby. Mario Wonder. Meet up in Bella Bell Park. She's available. She's available now. Fresh, you're going to play later, aren't you?
I will, yeah. I'm excited for this one. I love Wonder. I played through the whole game 100%. So it's nice to see get a new, whatever they call it, expansion DLC on the Switch too. So better performance. It already looked amazing. So I'm excited for the 60 FPS. But I like the new whatever the new bosses added, the Koopalings. And then there's some fun multiplayer action.
Yeah.
I think we are going to do some multiplayer action on that at some point.
Yes, we are.
So, yes.
Surprise.
So, like, I'm excited. I think it's cool. I think it's it's a fun little addition for a great game.
Fresh, the multiplayer, is it? I read it's local. Is that right?
I think so.
I think
I want to say it's both, or no?
Is it? I read. I have to admit, forgive me if I'm wrong, but I read today that the multiplayer is going to be local for up to 4 players.
Local couch. Okay.
Yep. So I'm coming over.
Yeah. That's good.
Bullet, you played Wonder, didn't you?
I think it's such a good game. It was, I was so jaded. I hadn't played a 2D scroller in so long, and this, the Mario Wonder came out. I was like, all right, let me give it a shot, and it was a blast. It was like an homage to the old side scroller Mario's, but with a ton of really fun new elements put in, like turning into the elephant and like the water dynamics of it, or the invisible blocks and how you're trying to like really clever, unique takes. And I know this isn't at the stage yet that they can do this, but I would love to see, like, how you do the ROM hacks and the Kaizos, and if you took that universe and started allowing people to build and make those custom things, I think it would be so cool. Like, again, with all the new mechanics that they put in, like, I haven't gotten the expansion yet. I think I'll eventually pick it up, but I'm looking forward to revisiting some of those new areas.
There's a lot of Mario Maker fans who truly hope that there is another Mario Maker in development. Please, dear God, no. But and then hope that if another Mario Maker were to come out, that the Wonder style would be added. And I think that if, God help me, they do make another Mario Maker, that they would add the Wonder style to it. That would be incredible. There's so many cool elements that like people could build incredible levels with.
I was thinking, Nintendo now is doing all the Switch 2 expansions.
Yeah.
You do a Mario Maker 2, Switch 2 expansion with the Wonder.
Excuse me. They said they were never going to update that game ever again. So
They did say that about Animal Crossing as well, to be fair.
Oh, you're right. They did. No, don't say that. That's going to give people hope. No.
I think Nintendo trying to get some juice out of the IP, the games from the Switch 1, and they're doing these like Jamboree and Wonder now and a few other ones. So it's like, I feel like, it's a possibility. I feel like it's an easy way to give Mario Maker 2 some extra life to it.
I say it all the time. I was a Mario Maker streamer for over 3 years. That's all I played. And I'm so happy to not play it anymore. But if they came out with a third one, I'd sell out day one. I'd be a Mario Maker streamer again on day one.
Science, have you played? Are you Mario Maker fan? Are you trying to?
I have not played them. I don't have the patience for it,
I
but I love watching people play
Me
it.
Either. Very, very excited for the Mario Wonder DLC, adding Rosalina to the game as well. So that'll be super cool. Love my little princesses. It'll be so cute to play as her. They have all the Koopalings as bosses. They have the Toad Brigade trading camp and local multiplayer versus or co-op up to 4 players and 17 new attractions available now.
Nice.
Y'all, this week, I'm telling you right now, the news just kept popping up. Big W's, huge things. We talked, I believe, last month on the podcast, Fresh, you and I, about people thinking that they saw a little Star Fox.
That's funny. We did talk about that, yeah.
And I thought I saw it too in the little trailer for like 1 second. You see just like a little something.
I think I said
like,
no way. But...
I think you did say no way.
I said no way.
I think you did say no way. And I said, that's totally him right there. And I'll wait if you want. Do you have any words you want to say before?
In this situation, I'm glad that I am wrong. Because when they revealed this poster, at first I had to like check it like 2,000. This is whatever. AIs. This is a fan made.
AI.
There's no like Fox and McCloud. Like we haven't had a Star Fox game in 10 years? Maybe on the Wii U. So maybe after the Wii.
Didn't I predict? Remember we did the predictions for this year? Didn't I predict a Star Fox game too?
Did you? Let's go back.
To go back. We learned
super cool.
We learned this week it was revealed that Fox McCloud is going to officially be in the Mario movie, voiced by Glenn Powell of Running Man, Top Gun, and of course Spy Kids 3D.
Oh my God.
This is awesome. Are you excited?
I'm very excited. I just feel like, I mean, I know it was speculated that Fox is in it, but I think it's cool just because I feel like it leads to, like I said, we're probably getting a new game, as we'll talk about in a little bit later.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, people are talking about, the Smash Brothers movie, the Nintendo Cinematic Universe, which would be super cool. I'm very excited.
Definitely think that the presence of Cloud and there's a lot of different characters that are gonna be in this movie, but I have heard buzzings and I think that they may be pushing us towards a Smash movie, and that'd be
sick.
Freaking awesome. Bullet, are you so excited for Star Fox in the Mario movie?
Everything y'all said. Yeah. I'm like, God, I hope they're pushing towards the universe. I know I'm such a sucker for these, but it's like they have so many good IPs, right?
I know.
Like that haven't been touched in a long time, and it would be amazing to see new Star Fox. I think it then opens up to your more if you're going towards the Smash Brothers movie, individual universes. Like, wouldn't it be cool to see it animated in that style Samus movie? Right, or even live action, right? If you wanted to go down that route, like how cool that could be, and just bringing in those like iconic characters from the Nintendo system era, that's bringing them into the modern fold with new games. Like, yeah, I'm very excited for it. Even if he's just in the movie for a minute, it's like you're planting the seed of excitement for it, which is what I'm hoping it'll like Fresh was saying, it'll grow into a game, maybe something else movie wise too. I don't know.
I think this was a smart play also, just marketing wise, because I feel like this has generated a ton of buzz.
Tons.
And it's like, so, and a lot of people, I feel like we're upset, like, oh, you should have saved this, you're spoiling, you should have saved it, as a secret. But I think this also leads to like, if they're giving us this now, I feel like there's one character they're going to drop, and one bigger character that they're going to drop.
I have a prediction.
What do you got?
I think so. I actually agree with you. I think that all the tons of buzz that's happening right now about Fox McCloud is incredible. I think they totally should have revealed it, no matter how big or small of a part that he plays. But I actually agree with you that I do think that there is a bigger reveal that will happen in the movie, because you're only got to save something for the movie. And I predict that by the end of the movie, we see Kirby.
I was thinking that too.
Were you?
I'll take that bet.
I think Kirby will at least be in the next movie, but I think they'll tease him in this one.
I was thinking Kirby or Samus, but yeah, I'm leaning towards Kirby. I think Kirby has a wider appeal for sure.
Yeah, I do too.
And he's cute, adorable.
He is cute,
and
adorable.
They released the Switch 2 upgrade for, I think, Kirby and the Lost Island, and there's the Kirby Wind Riders out too. So, like, from the gaming side of things, you've got a lot of IPs out right now.
That's true. You have the Air Riders that came out, Forgotten Land. Yeah. There could be good Kirby stuff on the horizon too. I don't know. Just a prediction. I think we're going to see Kirby by the end of the movie.
The post-credit scene, the drop.
Yeah, right?
We're going to see the star, the Kirby star coming down.
Oh, that'd be so cute. That'd be so cute.
Oh, I'm excited.
Listeners, Fresh and I are actually going to see the Mario movie early showing in the morning. And it's April 1st, right, Fresh?
Yes, April 1st.
We'll be going to the first showing of the day. And we will be having a special short podcast episode, YouTube exclusive, reporting on the Mario movie for you guys. So that'll be out that same night, Wednesday, April 1st. Are you excited?
Very excited for that one.
Yeah.
I've been excited for this movie for a while, so.
He's making me go at 8:55 in the morning so that he doesn't have any spoilers.
Gotta go first thing in the morning.
Oh my God, that's gonna be incredible. All right, kiddos, I gotta tell you something. We have a new segment on the podcast. It's called Gaming Gripes. It's where we get to air out something that's on our minds that has to do with gaming. I have been waiting for this month's gaming gripe for weeks. For weeks. I am so excited. And I have two, by the way, but they're connected. Gentlemen, do you have a gaming gripe to share with us and with our listeners on E Squared this month?
I do, yeah. I'll let Science go first.
Oh, wow, he's dominating you.
Mine is very unpopular. So
if it's going to be very unpopular, I feel like you got to kick it off.
No, he can go last. Now that it's bad, I'll let him implicate himself.
I feel bad because Science is here, and when I get to my gripe, I'll feel better. It's animal related.
Oh no! All right, here we go.
Okay. I guess my great gaming gripe, I've got two as well. They're kind of connected. First one is indie games. What is an indie game? This is what gives me the gripe. A company like Expedition 33 that was made that had a $10 million investment.
Yes.
That had a multi-team of individuals putting together the game with celebrity voice actors is considered an indie studio the same way as a single dev game that's being made with all assets, all by just one person. And I feel like we're entering an era where we need to define better what expectations should come out of an indie game and what an actual indie game studio is, because the definitions have become super squishy, and you can't compare someone with $10 million investment to someone who's doing this on weekends and putting out a one dev kind of game. So that gripe number one for me.
I have to comment because I know you have a lot of friends who are game devs, Science, and who are single game devs who are one person making an entire game. And you are so incredible where you will spotlight people on your channel who are not just who are your friends, but who you believe in. And you'll play these small games day one and, show them off and stuff like that. But I think you're right, because I think that when you tell somebody this is an indie game, how are they determining whether it's a guy in his basement or it's somebody with celebrities and millions of dollars? And there's no term for in between at all. I think I like the idea of kind of giving it a little bit more definition.
It was hard to with the Indie Game Dev Awards, right? Expedition 33, great game. Not knocking the game,
of course.
Right? But how do you compare that, right, to that one person who made the game? Like, it's near impossible to have that comparison, right? And that should be. I don't have a solution for it, but I feel like it's hurting expectation of indie games, and it's potentially hurting indie games going on in the future. And I don't want that to happen, because there's a lot of really, like, Stardew Valley was one dude, right? A lot of people love Stardew Valley, and imagine if that had the same expectation and label as an Expedition 33.
Totally agree with you.
I agree.
Nice. What else you got, kid?
Oh, gripe number 2 is the double jump. How annoying are double jumping, right? You look in a world And like, what the hell is a double jump, right? How does one even do how do you jumping on an air platform, number one, right? It doesn't make sense. And then, so it irritates me from that perspective. But then also when a game doesn't have it, it irritates the heck out of me because I can't do an extra jump. So the
Oh
double
my
jump
god.
is like my big gaming gripe where I hate it and love it. Why can't my friend, the fellow that I'm playing as, air jump on a platform or why can't he? I don't get it.
I love this one.
Oh
Personally,
my god.
someone who plays a lot of Metroidvanias, I connect with this one. I love the double jump. I'm a huge double jump guy. Like if I'm playing a Metroidvania, I need to have a double jump at some point in the game.
I've watched you play
I
a lot of
agree.
Metroidvanias, Fresh, and the number one thing you say is, when am
I
I
love
getting
a
my
double
double jump?
jump.
When am I getting my
Yeah,
double
that's my
jump?
first.
When's the
I
double
need a
jump?
double jump.
I think that's so funny
That's
because
a good
like
one.
like so many Metroidvanias, especially like, rely on the double jump, but like, what is it? What are you jumping off of?
And then a lot of not like it makes, I guess, more sense in the
Oh my god.
Metroidvania world for some reason, but then it's also like third person adventure games. You'll also have the double jump, and it's like, yes, I need it. Please, I need this to have this,
But
but I
what
don't get
is
it.
it?
Yeah.
I don't
So
think
it's like, just
I'm gonna be honest with
define
you.
for me what it is.
I'll be honest with you. Like, Science Stream's educational ambassador for Twitch. I did not think you were coming up in here the gaming gripes with the double the double jump analysis, but that was incredible. Thank you. Whew. All right, you guys ready? I bet you anything y'all's gonna relate to mine. I bet
you
you
got?
anything. I've been waiting. They're connected. Both of these are connected. One may offend you, one will not. My gaming gripe for this month. You're streaming, right? And you just start a game. You've been playing it for 5 minutes. And someone comes in. How do you like the game? How's the game so far? How you like the game? How's it? You're like on the title screen. And 50 people are asking you how you like the game so far. I just started it, bro. How the heck am I supposed to tell you? It's great. It's going great. Yep, it's great. It's good so far. I just started, but it's good. I just started the game. Give me some freaking time to play it. My God. And before you comment on this, I want to tell you my other gripe, which is when a game has just come out, it's midnight release of a game, and streamers put first play in their title. I have a question. For what? For what? We didn't think that you played it for 2 minutes and then restarted it, so it's your second play. Wait, no, it's your first play. Annoying. Any comments?
How else are you
I
gonna
agree.
hype it? If you don't put
That's true.
first play, well, how will people know?
That's true. Or
I
if
mean,
you're a
everyone needs to
speedrunner, you
know,
already
and
beat it.
even if it's the day of release, Ashley, you have to hype it. You know, it's then you have to you have to do like fake engagement too.
Fake engagement? Wait, please explain.
Oh, it's like you said, it's just like this dopey move of you're putting in the first play, and of course it's the first play, you're just doing it for clicks and not because you actually care, right? It's just like it's a sign of, I don't know, it frustrates me to no end.
All right,
When
well,
it's like,
when Lego Batman comes out,
First play.
I'm going to make sure that my title says in all capitals with 100 exclamation points, first play.
you know
can
what? If you
count
do
on
it,
it.
then I'll be fine with it.
I will
With
do
100
it.
exclamation points, it's ironic, not intentional.
How many times have
Just
you
saying.
guys literally, like, when all of us played Pokopia, did you literally 5 minutes later have somebody come in and ask you how the game was, how you like the game? I can't.
All the time.
I'll say there is some value to that because there is the rare instance when I start up the game and I can tell, like, I have an impression of if I'm gonna really enjoy it or if I'm just like, oh, something already feels off here and I'm
Yeah.
never gonna touch this again.
First
So like
impression.
I do understand where they're coming from, but I think they're not looking for that answer is the key, right? Like when it's like, how do you like the game? Like you're looking for a whole like manifesto on what's your good and bad versus just that initial take to it. But I think like, especially us as gamers, like Ashley, if you were to start playing a game and you tell me 5 minutes in, like, I think I'm gonna like this, I'm gonna be curious as to why you're gonna think that. Like, what about the game so far and your history of gaming tells you that this is something you think you're going to enjoy, and then how might that opinion change over time? Like I find that valuable as like watching you and your take to it. But that's again not me asking, give me your final verdict on the game.
Thank you, Sensei Blunt. You make a lot of sense. I'm supposed to be the queen of the positive spin. I love that though. I like that. I like that to say like, here's my initial impressions on the game. But when people come in, would you recommend this game after 2 minutes?
I say it as the positive spin because I'm sometimes that jabroni who will ask that, but only of my friends. Like, not to a random streamer who I haven't been to, but someone who's like I've loved your opinions. I've bought games based off your recommendations, so I value what you have to say, and that's why I ask you. Like,
yeah,
because I want to know how your mind is going to change over the course of the game. Like, that's why when you started playing Metroidvania for the first time, like the Metroid game, I was like, this is very different from what you played. What is your impression? Even though you might be like, I'm 10 minutes in. But it's like you can decide of that side scroller style game. Oh God, I'm gonna hate this. Or you know what, I'm okay with this. Given that I've played Hollow Knight and I've done these other things, maybe this is gonna be okay. And that's where I'm coming from. But again, if it's a random first time chatter, how do you like the game? I'm like, dude. Title. We just ran title.
My stream time says 5 minutes, my guy. All right, Fetch, I'm dying to know your gaming grade for the month. Dying.
Now I'm like,
nope, it's a spotlight's on you, baby. You picked the order. Here we go.
I'm gonna get roasted in the comments.
Oh God.
On YouTube. I had to say this first before I give my gaming grade. There's a lot of views out there that I do not like animals, which is not true. I love animals, and I had dogs growing up. I love dogs.
Okay.
No comment. Say that before. I love animals. I don't have any pets right now, but my gaming gripe is this issue with game devs with wanting to push petting animals and petting the cat, petting the dog. Listen, I love it's cute, it's adorable. But I feel like when they're trying to push it, and it's always on, whoever's in charge of their Twitter. Oh, look, you can pet this cat. Like, all right, you want to push this, pet the cat, pet the dog. It's a cute little gimmick, but I feel like it's a cheap pot. You're trying to get the pet community, and all right, we get it. You pet a cat, pet a dog. We just talked about Crimson Desert has this, and they did it too. Their official Twitter posted, oh, you can pet this cat, this cute cat, which the cat is adorable. I will give it that. The little hat, he had a little hat, the little armor on. I was like, all right. And I like every game now is like, oh, you can pet the cat, pet the dog, pet the frog, whatever animal is out there. I was like, all right, can we move on from petting these pets in the game to promote your game? That is, I know, very unpopular because I know how popular petting the cat or petting the dog is, and we're just talking about it in our community. We're like, oh, I love pet, But can we move on from?
I invite the winner. I invite the listeners of this podcast to pop over to the YouTube for this segment.
I need to roast it.
Belinda and I made the same face.
They just also
no. Oh God! Go ahead. Dig deeper, kid.
I played Chronos, which a few months ago, and there was a cute little you go around the world and you find I think it was the devs cats. I think you find the little devs cats and you pet the cat and then you get you get an achievement for collecting all the cats. I thought that was cute and fun, but I feel like every game is now trying to push. You're trying to shoehorn this pet in here just to get draw in this the pet crowd. It's like, all right, not every game has to have
you want to comment on this
animal.
I have so many thoughts. I guess. All right, let's root this in science, right? So there was actually this study that came out last week from Harvard, and it said when you closed book on a big RPG game or a big story-driven narrative, depression after finishing that game is real because it's an immersive experience that takes you along on a journey. And you kind of live vicariously through this character that you're building. And so if you, I think, put in an animal in the game, I like having the option to pet the animal because that's what I would want to do. And so it brings more immersion to the game. It's not, I agree, maybe the marketing perspective, it's a little bit heavy-handed of like, come pet this thing, but giving the option of I can interact with this animal, right? Like in the form of a pet or a form of like feeding them or something. I just think that adds a little bit of an extra connection and it brings you that familial to the character, right? That you're having with like I think if in Red Dead Redemption 2, if you could, I'm not giving any spoilers, but if you could have combed the horse and fed the horse, wouldn't it have been so much of a stronger narrative, right? Of what happens with that character dynamic. You could have just like pushed an even stronger connection between them, right? And so it's like, and again, don't market it as like you can just pet the cat, but I feel like it's bringing in more story elements. Plus, it's just, I'm sorry, it's so cute. Like just from a greedy perspective, I love petting the animals, even without the scientific element. Like,
There you go.
you give me an animal, let me pet it, please.
That's
I have a
fair.
family.
I love how like
Please, I
also
have a
he's so
family.
eloquently, like beautifully, he like now I'm like, oh no, now I want to change my mind. You know, you're right.
He
But like
did
yeah,
it to
from
me
a story
too. He made me want to
perspective,
change my
I
mind
know
too.
he's a puts it so well. But no, I agree. Like in an RPG, I felt like it makes sense in the context of the story. But I felt like oh, this random little platformer or some sort of game, like just petting these cats. In my opinion, like I said, and more so from the marketing, like because every Twitter account will post, oh, come pet the cat, come pet the cat, come pet the dog, which I do
I
is
mean, like
cute. Like I
one
said,
big
I like the
one was like
necros.
Sucker Punch, right? When they did
Uh-huh.
Ghost of Tsushima. I don't know if it's in, I haven't played Ghost of Yoda yet, but in that one, right, it was petting the foxes.
Yes.
But and you like it was an achievement for collecting all of them, petting all of them, but there was actually historical lore as well to the importance of foxes. And so I felt like it actually brought in like historical elements and it enhanced the gameplay as well. But you're 100% right in terms of like don't just market your game based off that, but it's like I think it could be important to the story and the gameplay and the development of the story, but then also it could just be a fun little thing to have.
It is
Right?
cute. It
Like
is cute.
exactly. Like here's a cute
It is a
factor
cute
to
guy.
it. Now let me give you the rest of the game that you can enjoy.
Yes. Although I love Stray, very adorable cat game. Stray is one of my favorite games.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of
Stray is very good.
petting, and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
a lot of pets.
Yeah.
So I know I already knew it was gonna be very controversial. I should have saved it.
I will simply say that I majorly disagree, and I think that we should have more things more animals
pet.
and more petting in every single game ever. And that if you tweet that I can pet a cat or a dog in your game, I'm 90% more likely to buy your game. So
I know, like I said, Crimson Desert just did it. I was like, they just did it.
you're the only person on earth mad about that.
No, I was like, all right. Stop it. It's a cute little mechanic gimmick.
Whatever. Lovely gaming gripes today, everybody. Science, thank you for making me and Fresh feel terrible about ours and change our minds completely. He's a wizard. He's a
How
wizard.
about that
Jedi.
double jump, man?
Dude, that double jump was the best gripe we've ever had. That was so good. That was so good. The freaking scientist. What is a double jump? I love it. That was so great. Oh my gosh. You two have both played a game recently that I have not touched. I hope to in October, but I would love to hear you guys now that you both have finished, I believe, Requiem between the two of you, Resident Evil Requiem. I am so excited to hear what you guys thought of your playthroughs in this game. I watched both of you play it. It looks amazing. And they just added an update to it, adding photo mode. And they adjusted some of the cutscenes, they said, to bring in some more emotion. Did you guys, was that needed?
I'll let Science, you go ahead. I want to hear your thoughts first.
It's one of my favorite games ever.
Wow.
That's after letting it sit for a little bit. I'm like, you know what? It's probably my favorite Resident Evil. Right. Right after would be RE4. So just for some historical context to listeners, I love Resident Evil 4. I love the series. I've missed one, which is Village, that I haven't played, but I'm gonna go back and play that one. The story of it, beautifully done. Right? It's a compelling narrative through the entire time of the story. It closes the Umbrella saga in a very satisfying way, but leaves it open for next stories to be told. and then the gameplay dynamic of the two characters. So that's what I was hesitant about at first, because they tried that in RE6, and it was kind of like it didn't really mesh well with
Right.
like the different play styles. But Leon feeling like a god, right? It's like, you're right, all right, this is my boy. This is my like he's doing what he needs to do. Awesome. But then playing as Grace, there's so much little things along her journey. When she starts off in the game, her hand's shaking when she holds the gun. By the end of it, her hand is steady and your aim is steady too. So the evolution of the character and the gameplay throughout, just not even story, just like with the little details that they're putting in, right? Absolutely beautiful. And then I'm
Wow.
a sucker for nostalgia. Like I love the callbacks to RE2 and Raccoon City. Those were so fun to see. And like I had actually been replaying RE2, so it was all fresh in my head. I'm like, oh, the sign for
Oh.
Welcome Home, Leon. Like I get they're suckering on my nostalgia, but it worked.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and yeah, just the gameplay alone. I'm looking forward to some of the DLCs that they've announced as well. And there's rumors now of a Code Veronica remake and then RE10 as well in the pipeline. Which so we're drinking good, kids, for the RE
Oh
series.
yeah. They've been hearing whispers of the Code Veronica remake for months and months. We've even talked about it on the podcast before. I hope that so much because I've only played Resident Evil 5. I played it with Poncho Taco, and it's my only physical experience with the game. But I've watched so much Resident Evil, and it's so funny, science, because the Village is being the only one you haven't played is actually my favorite Resident Evil to watch. Uh, as a viewer, it's my favorite one. But I love your point on the character development. How cool that like you could see like kind of Grace develop from beginning to end, and it was such an enjoyable watch. Fresh, I watched you play a ton of it too.
Yes, and I'm pretty much just gonna echo what Science said. I love the game. After playing through it, I would say it's definitely my favorite Resident Evil game. And
Wow.
the same, 4 was my previous favorite. But this one, like, they just did such an amazing job balancing the two characters, giving you best of both worlds. You have, Grace, the horror first person, and like I said, Leon, just this kicking butt, like I said, superhero, unstoppable. Like it was just super fun to go back and forth. Like I would say I enjoyed each character equally. Like there wasn't a time where I was like, oh, I want to go back to Leon or I want to go back to Grace. Like I
Yeah.
was just anytime I was with the character, I was enjoying it. Great love letter to the fans that have been there. A lot of good Easter eggs and little lore drops and stuff. Very cool. The action sequences. Some of the sequences were like some of the best that I've seen. Like super fun. I don't want to get into spoilers, but there are a couple late game stuff that I was like, oh, this is cinema. I was just having such a good time. And even after finishing, like this, it's very rare that like after I finish this game, like I want to do a second. I want to go back and run it again. Maybe harder difficulty or try different options in there because I know they have a lot of replayability functions. But man, I love this game. This is my early game of the year contender with another game we're talking about later. But I love this game. Amazing.
That's so awesome. Cool. I enjoyed watching you both play it, and I think I'll enjoy it. I plan to play it in spooky season this year, so I'm excited to be behind y'all. That'll be good. All right. So the last thing before we get into the big topic of the day, which is Pokopia. Nate the Hate, infamous podcaster, infamous predictor of things that very often come true, dropped a bombshell on us this week of his quote predictions. And I know y'all know I'm excited to dive into it for one particular reason, but there's a lot of things on here that I'm not shocked to see, but I'm very excited for. So let's go through them one by one. First and foremost, first prediction, no direct until June. No Nintendo Direct till June. And that we should expect a Star Fox game with online multiplayer for the summertime. I predicted this in the beginning of the year that we would get a Star Fox game, a new Star Fox game in 2026. And I thought that it was going to tie in with the movie. And I think that's exactly what they are doing. I've never played a Star Fox game, so I'm excited to see what they'll have for us. But I think I read that it's going to be like very classic style, but like upgraded classic Star Fox. So I think that this is the time right now. If they're going to bring Star Fox back, I think that they're hitting it at a great time.
Yeah, it makes me think of how they kind of handled it with Donkey Kong.
Oh
like
yeah.
redesigned his character for the first movie, introduced him in the first movie, and then turns out I don't think anybody expected a new Donkey Kong. They revived Donkey Kong, 3D Donkey Kong. So now that these predictions are coming out, I felt like it makes sense to Star Fox, Fox McCloud's in this new Mario movie, new redesign. It's like, oh yeah, it kind of makes sense. I could see them obviously making a new Star Fox game. Very excited.
I see the same connection with the Yoshi game too that we talked about earlier.
Oh, true.
Right? They debuted it for the movie, but we already knew that he was in the movie, and then so you have the games, you're hyping it. So it would make sense to have the direct after you've seen the simmer of the movie, see how well it does. If they really get drawn to Star Fox, push it in the summer. I'd be very excited if that's going to come true. It's going to be really fun.
I'm going to say now, like early, I will play whatever it is. I've never played Star Fox. I think it'd be so cool to have my first experience be a brand new game. Love to see what they
have. You played any Star Fox games?
I've played the one with the dinosaurs.
Oh, the GameCube?
Yeah, which wasn't supposed to be a Star Fox game. I guess right. You just like stuck Star Fox in, and it.
That's cool.
I thought it was still fun.
I love that. Oh my god, I'm excited to hear that it'll be multiplayer. So if you boys ever if it comes out and you boys want to play, call me.
I'm down.
I wish the new Mario Wonder was multiplayer without it just like being like sitting
local,
because that would be really cool too, to just like pull up a party, because you see the silhouettes of other gamers playing together.
Yeah, which I loved. Yeah. That's so cool. Oh, I wish they did.
So maybe they'll come out with a DLC for that eventually if the Star Fox is successful, if it's not just local online or it's online multiplayer.
Call me if they do. Call me. Also, predictions for this summer, the following: Splatoon Raiders, Fire Emblem, Fortune's Weave, Rhythm Heaven, Groove, and a new Switch Sports. Now, Rhythm Heaven, didn't they say we're not getting Rhythm Heaven until 2027 in that one direct? Because I remember when I saw, it was a couple of directs ago that they showed Rhythm Heaven, and as soon as I recognized that's what it was, I was so excited. It was like my highlight of the direct, and then they wrote 2027, and I was devastated. So that's interesting. They're saying summer of 2026 to have Rhythm Heaven Groove, but okay. But I can definitely see them making a new Switch Sports for sure. That would do great.
Yeah, because they had one already on Switch 1. Mm-hmm. So I wonder if this is going to be like an expansion or a completely new, separate game. But that'll be fun. Those are fun, kind of like the Wii U Sports, Switch Sports. Those are fun little party games.
Yeah.
I feel like they kind of were testing the waters too with the Mario Tennis. A little bit along those lines, right, of the movement for it. And I mean, I might be totally wrong here, but the Wii Sports was almost a Wii console seller back in the day with the original Wii, right? Where like you could play tennis.
It was huge. It was huge. Your grandma was bowling in your living room, like.
That was the biggest thing, yeah.
That was huge. It was a big seller because it was so like, something big that anybody could do it. Anybody could go on and, do a little tennis match or whatever. But I think I don't know that it would be now a system seller by any means, but I think that it would definitely be a popular title. I would love to see that. I would pick it up myself and play. I'd stream it and look stupid. I totally would. And Splatoon interest anybody? Fresh?
I love Splatoon. I'm a big Splatoon fan. I played the last two. I enjoy them. They're really fun games. It's actually one that I didn't think I was going to enjoy, but I decided to give it a try. And I have a great time with it. I'm excited because this one I think is more single player campaign that I think they're rumored to be doing, which interests me a little more. I play online, but I prefer single player.
Yeah, me too.
So
that's a big reason.
I will be picking this one up for sure.
Big reason I never played.
It's a fun game.
Yeah. Also saying that he thinks that there will be Switch 2 editions of Pikmin 4 and Xenoblade 2 coming out, which I don't find a surprise in either of those. Do you?
No, I think as I said, following the same formula of, Jamboree, Now Wonder, just to get some extra juice out of those Switch 1 games.
There was already a free DLC for Pikmin 4 a few months ago, too.
Oh, that's right.
So it wasn't like the upgrade to the Switch 2 event, but they just unknown to everyone released a new DLC for it. Okay. So yeah, if they were going for that, maybe that was the testing the waters to see if there was interest for it. Hold
on a second. And the DLC, right? And they're going to get a Switch 2 edition, and they're in the Mario movie.
Pikmin 5, baby.
Pikmin 5. The only person who's excited about that on planet Earth is Fresh.
Pikmin. I love Pikmin. Those games are so good.
Have you played a Pikmin?
We played the last Pikmin all through stream because the creator. Do y'all know what Pikmin is based off of?
No.
So the story goes in an interview, the guy who made the Pikmin games, the Mario games, was sitting outside on his porch and he saw ants working together outside and carrying things. And that gave him the idea for Pikmin. So it's all based on ant behaviors that he then transmitted to the game.
What the heck? So there was your excuse to play the game, science streams.
I was thinking this feels like a very science game, just like how the world operates and how the Pikmin operate.
True.
And like different elements, fire and environments they work through. But I feel like I know at least a lot of people in our community, I feel like hate on Pikmin. But I feel like if you were just to give it a try, like it's actually a fun game. It's super charming. Like there's something really fun about just you're setting up your Pikmin, you assign them to this task, like structuring your day to get, be most efficient to get everything done. It's like super, I don't know, when my brain works, it's like, I love the structure of it. It's very fun.
It's like the Command and Conquer RTS style game.
Yeah.
Except you're not overhead view, but you're actually in it. And that's what I think that unique perspective gives it its extra charm as well.
And it's like cute flower people.
Yeah. Miyamoto's baby. He puts it everywhere.
He really does. That's his little love child right there. My goodness. Well, there's one more there's two more predictions, sorry. One is that there will be no 3D Mario in 2026, but that we will see one in 2027, which I also predicted this year that we would hear about a new 3D Mario title, but we wouldn't get it till the next year. So I buy that. Odyssey 2.
Obviously, I would buy that, as you can see.
Yeah,
from my
with
shirt.
The movie too, and everything else.
I meant like I buy that, like I believe that.
Oh, okay.
Like I will buy him. I think I said 2. I think it'll be Odyssey 2. I think they'll do Galaxy and Odyssey. They have the whole movie thing going for them. Like they're just in their bag right now. There's just nothing that they can't do right now. There's no twist and turn they couldn't take to make some more money off of the title. So I think that we will definitely hear but the news of a brand new 3D Mario this year, whether it be Odyssey 2 or something new. And the last one. I saved it for last, obviously.
Obviously.
The talks of an Ocarina of Time remake for the Switch 2 coming the second half of this year. Now, we've had rumors of OOT remake for years. Since the remake on the 3DS, I swear, like a couple years later, every year I've heard they're going to remake OOT, they're going to remake Ocarina of Time, they're going to remake it, they're going to remake it. I personally would be happy with just a port of it, like from the 3DS to the Switch 2, because I've talked about it before on the podcast that like Nintendo did some filings for some different like dual screen stuff. So I do think that we will be seeing 3DS titles on the Nintendo Switch Online coming this year. Even if I have to buy them, like Link Between Worlds, I would love to see on Nintendo Switch playable and stuff like that. But I'm skeptical about this one. I don't know that we'll actually get a full remake since they've already remade this game not too long ago. But if they did remake it, I think me personally, I would find that as an excuse to take it and run and just stream Ocarina of Time for like ever and then never stop. What do you guys think? You think it's true?
I would like to think it is. You're right. And this is getting back to all the other IPs, right? They're working on that movie now. They've already done the casting, right, for the live action Zelda. So either you make a new game in the series, and I think following Tears of the Kingdom is much harder to do.
Yes.
Right. So I feel like that needs more room to breathe and more like to rebuild to make that a really, really good game. So what better way to do that and bring in a whole new crowd of people than to remaster one of the classics? So in my mind, it makes sense, but
yeah. I mean, it does make sense. Wow. I
Yeah,
didn't even
I
think about
agree.
that.
I this one I feel like is too good to be true type of situation, and I'll believe it when I see it. Because I
I
feel like I
know.
said, I feel like they've been talking about remaking Ocarina for a while now. So it's like I feel we get our hopes up every year. But man, I to see a new Ocarina of Time with full 3D graphics, like just I would be like you. I would be like, oh, this would be probably the most anticipated game or the whole year.
I think it'd be the most
This would have me
anticipated game
hype.
of my entire life. It's no secret, Ocarina of Time's my favorite game. I love Ocarina of Time forever, but like, there's so much they could do with it. They could change your perspective. You know, they could make it like more first person, or like I don't know. There's so much that could be done with that game, and it's so beloved, and it really could be something like that the youth of today could really love and enjoy too. Um, and I think too, with the tie-in with the movie, you're right. They really probably they have to. And it's Zelda's 40th anniversary. They snubbed us. There's no way they're not cooking something huge for Zelda. So I've held out hope that by summertime we're going to hear something massive in the Zelda world. But I never thought what I would hear would be Ocarina of Time remake. So I
This would be
obviously
huge.
would be extremely happy, and it would be the most major news of my life.
What
So
type of art style graphics would you like? Would you like in that Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom, or would you like to go a different direction? Like, what do you
I
kind of want out of it?
I would hope it would be in a different direction. Like if you watch some of the Ship of Farkinian, like, you know, uh updated graphics where it's just like 60 FPS, but it's still the classic style, or even if they just took the same, like the same-ish style as the 3DS one, I'd be happy. I don't, as long as it's not like Wind Waker, I'll be happy.
Oh,
I don't really
Toon Link.
know. It's like, how do you say like how to improve your favorite game of all time? Like, I don't know. I think whatever they do, I just would be so happy to play it. I'm just
I think I would
excited.
not want Link's. As much as I love Link's Awakening and Echoes of Wisdom art style, I would not want kind of that toy like look
The
to
chibi
it. I want it
style,
to be. I
yeah.
would want like a Twilight Princess, but
Oh,
obviously modern, just like a more modern looking game.
I would hope they would keep it somewhat classic, but modernize it. But if they did something brand new, like, I would be extremely open-minded about it. I mean, but just like I am being with the Zelda movie, I'm extremely open-minded. I think it's going to be great. I can't wait to see what they do with it. And if they remake my favorite game, I just get to play my favorite game in a new way. So that's super exciting. So fingers crossed it's true. And fingers crossed
Hope so.
that if it is true, that it's like the most amazing experience of our lives. Y'all gonna have me be an Ocarina of Time streamer forever. My dream. All right, kids, it's time. It is time, baby. I've been waiting the whole episode to talk about this. Pokopia, or as Fresh likes to say, Pokopia.
Pokopia.
Pokopia. Pokopia has taken over my life. The three of us are playing it. The three of us have streamed it. And I am so excited to dive in and see what you guys are thinking of the game. What are you guys doing in the game now? Like, I could talk about it for the rest of my life, but I'm gonna start with you, Science, because you just last time you were on the podcast, Science, you were here with Streaming Falcon, and you and Falcon just did a little collaboration together where you two played Pokopia together. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Like, I want to play Pokopia with my friends. It's so awesome. How is that, and how are you liking the game?
So we did the new island build together for the first time, and that was a lot of fun because both of us had an idea of like how to build stuff, how to unlock recipes, how to
Sure.
start crafting the world, and then we just were like, "Oh, let's make a house," because he'd never built a house before. He'd just been going through the story mode. So
Aw.
we built a little house and started attracting the Pokemon. Um, that was the first time I'd done that multiplayer mode, and it was really, really seamless. There was no hiccup. It was just like you were playing with your friend and side by side, like what you want to see in this kind of game.
So you guys are on a new island together. Is that right? Like, you can't go to each other's and like show each other what's going on your islands. Is that right?
Unfortunately, right. So you can't visit your town that you're rebuilding, or like, I've seen you play and you've made this beautiful pink house with all these accoutrements inside.
Yes.
You can't do that. So you have to build what is called a cloud island, and then your friends can visit that
Oh,
particular island, but you have to start brand new from it, which is my only. I get why it's done that way for the ease of just the coding, but it'd be really cool to actually visit your actual town that you're
right.
working on. 'Cause that's where I'm right now. So I've done the the Withering Wasteland. We've done the rocky area, and now I'm on the beach. And I actually, when I tell you, I get just hooked on putting in new roads and taking
Oh,
out the bad roads and putting down new bricks and just like building it up and making them cozy. And yeah, it's like on and off stream I'm playing it and just really having a good time. And I will say what, got me into it was the Pokemon, but what kept me was how well it's actually made.
yeah.
And it's not overwhelming. That's the
Speak for
catch, I think, for
yourself.
me. So I find Minecraft, for example, overwhelming, and I know that's kind of a comparison point that we have,
Sure.
where there's like no guidance in Minecraft, and like the recipes to me don't really make sense of how you assemble stuff in a shape, and that's what makes an item versus like here you make this item with these recipe pieces, like in Pokopia, it's just easier and more accessible.
Sure.
Um, so I love making things. I love visiting the Pokemon, and my daughter and I, she's 3, we love playing together. She points at who to go feed and what to give them. We give some Pokemon wheat, and some get beans, and some get tomatoes. And I don't know what the logic is there, but she names Onyx Onyx, and Charizard is Orange Dino, and
Oh,
everything in between.
I've seen you have your daughter on stream before playing it, and she is just absolutely adorable. Oh my gosh, I just love how much she's into like feeding them. And didn't you say she wanted to say good night to all the Pokemon?
Yeah, when it's
Oh.
bedtime for her, we sometimes fire up the Switch and we have to go visit. Now there's so many we unlocked, but there's
Oh
her
my god.
favorites. And again, for some reason, Onyx is very big on that. I don't know what about Onyx that she likes, but we had to build him a new house with new things in his house because he couldn't live in a cave. He had to get a full
Yeah.
house with a roof and doors and a
Aw.
window. And so it's very cute, calming, but also just there's a layer of complexity to it and what you can do and build that makes it fun, I think, for an older audience too.
Yeah, I totally agree. That's awesome. Fresh?
Yeah, I'm right there with Science. I'm loving this game. We talked about it on previous podcasts where I've been anticipating this game for a while. As soon as they announced it, I was like, oh, I'm gonna love this.
Yeah.
Just because I enjoy the Animal Crossing. I do like Animal Crossing. I played a little bit of Minecraft, and I like that Science mentioned the Minecraft because as somebody that jumped in very late as an adult, even myself, I was just like, they really just throw you in, and you have no idea what to
Yeah.
do. So I'm like, how do I craft a sword or a shovel? And it was very frustrating and it kind of put me off a little bit. Like I could learn this, take the time to learn it, but it was very just a little off-putting for me personally.
Hmm.
But I think this
Overwhelming.
game hits, like I said, hits that Animal Crossing, hits the Minecraft, and it combines it, like I said, very accessible, has so much charm, and just cuteness. The cuteness factor is just off the charts.
I know.
And kind of like you talked about, like I could see it be overwhelming. So I had to tell myself, this game for me is a marathon, not a sprint. And once I decided, I'm gonna take my time,
Yeah.
kind of, one day I might spend 30 minutes, collecting some items, build a couple things, and then sign off. Some days I'll be on there for 3-4 hours, like trying to get Pokemon, build this, do this. So I just been having a great time with it, kind of taking my time. I do enjoy finding the habitats, collecting the items, trying to open up all these Pokemon.
Yeah.
And then I do like the main quest. I thought the main quest and the story, surprisingly, I'm invested in the story. I think it's very cute, very sad as well to see what happens to all the humans. And then you start seeing, once you start picking up some of the newspapers and articles, little Chromebooks or tablets they have, you start seeing like, oh, this is what's happening. I won't spoil it, but you start seeing what's happening and why Tangrowth is here, and
Yeah.
it's just very such a cute, charming game, really fun. I'm having a great time with it. I said this one and Resident Evil are probably like my top 2 games this year.
Science, do you know how many hours you have in Pokopia? Do you have a guess?
It says on the Switch that it's 65.
Okay. I've officially passed you. I checked before we started today.
Did you? Oh.
You were at 60 hours in Pokopia.
Yeah, 60.
Science is 65? At 65 hours, and I am at 70 hours.
Oh.
Which doesn't even make sense because I freaking started the game the night of release. I did a night of release stream, and then I didn't pick it up again for like 5, 6, maybe even 7 days. So how I've gone past both of you when I worked 2 full-time jobs, I don't really know, but I'm certainly spending as much of my free time playing this game as I possibly can. I will say I'm definitely go ahead.
No, I'm just kidding. You're new to the kind of farm sim type game. Like I know you mentioned you have not played Animal Crossing or any other sim games.
Never
so
played.
I'm excited to hear your take on, your first kind of sim game.
It's my first sim game, my first crafting, farming. Never did a Animal Crossing, or any Minecraft or any of those types of games before. So when I saw that Pokemon were going to be involved, like that was what finally made me like jump and want to play a game like this. I think for me, so far, I've done more story than I thought I would. But like I'm having fun, like going to the little dream islands, picking the flowers, getting all the trees, finding cute little things in the caves and like bringing them back to my home, organizing them in my little bins, building a cute little building, planting my little flowers and tending to my Pokemon that I already have. And I have not built a new Pokemon habitat in days. I could literally just go around and like give berries to my little Pokemon, and then they come up to me and they're like, Ashley, I love you so much. Here's a rock. And then I start crying. So I knew it was gonna take over my life. I had such a feeling that if I liked the game, it would do that. But then like the first week I played it, I was like, it's not sucking me in like I thought it would. And then I met Bulbasaur, and my life's been different ever since because he's my baby. He's my baby. But honestly, the reason I even want to progress in the story at all is I want to get my favorite Pokemon, Dragonair, and she's not like I've heard to like towards more of the end of the game. But I'm just having fun like growing plants and talking to my Pokemon and finding a cute chair and being like, that'd look cute in this little house that I built. So I feel like a little different of experience is I have no desire to progress in the game right now in any way, shape, or form. I'm just like thinking of cute little things I can do in my houses. And one thing I just started doing this week is I'll have the Pokemon build me a house so that I can tear it down and use the parts of it that I need to make the stuff that I want to make. So
nice.
That's been super cool. But I think this week I'm gonna build a library. I'm gonna make a little library in my town, a little Pokemon library, and maybe even like a little mini museum in my town. So those are the things I'm focused on. I like the charm. I like the cute. I like that every Pokemon has a purpose. Like I like, oh no, I need to grow this plant. Let me go grab my Bulbasaur or my Venusaur or whatever. Let me, I need to put some stuff in the furnace and make some, I don't know, Carper ingot or whatever. And I go get, my little score bunny comes to help me. And that's what's made me progress in the game too, is that like in the areas, if I want to like build a building, it'll be like, oh, you need a Pokemon that has this ability and you don't have that yet. And I'm like, oh, well, now I got to go figure out how I do that. But it has been a really fun experience for me. It's like, I don't want to play another game like this ever again because I am ashamed of how often I think about the game and how I find excuses. Like I'll play on my lunch break at work. I don't even normally take a whole lunch hour. I just work. Nope. I'm taking my 60 minutes every day playing my little Pokopia. But it's been really awesome. I have to ask you, do you guys have a Pokemon in the game that you didn't necessarily love before Pokopia, but now that you're playing the game, you are like, that is my child? Have you fallen in love with a Pokemon because of Pokopia?
For me, I think not that I didn't like Scyther, but I feel like I've been relying on Scyther because when I need the lumber, Scyther's my guy. He takes care of me. I love Scyther.
Cutie.
I think so. I'm a sucker for Charizard and the Charmander, Charmeleon. So having them in game, I always take them along because it's like like ever since I was a kid, those are my favorites to bring along for different adventures. I think this isn't fair. It's because of Munchkin. She really likes Onyx. And so whenever I see Onyx and Munch isn't with me, I'm like, oh, Munchkin would really like me to bring him with me. So then I bring him with me, or even if she's not there, because I'm like, well, she would enjoy this. So that's why I have this like extra connection to it.
We gotta get her a Onyx plushie or something. Gotta see if there's one on the throne we can get for her.
It could be hilarious. Like, what kid likes Onyx the best? And she's always like, "Let's go visit Onyx."
Oh, hey, at least it's not Mr. Mime or something.
We haven't unlocked him yet. God,
I haven't got him either.
Me either. Me either. But I see people have been building like jail cells for Mr. Mime, or they'll build like an underground like area and they'll cover him up. So
I think I saw that one. Yeah. You know what I love about this game? Also, this type of game where everybody kind of took over kind of the video game space.
Yeah.
And everybody's just sharing their own creations and, funny things that come up on their, in their islands. Like, I think it's just such a cool community, together game like that. Like, it's one of my favorite things to do is see who builds this insane skyscraper. Like, and then I'm like, I got my little sand hut. And then I feel bad.
I do like it though, and like there's a game that I'm playing that like I see my timeline, everybody's playing it, and I'm just like, this is cool. I'm like part of a community, like I'm part of a moment in gaming right now. Like I remember when Grand Theft Auto 3 came out, for Kaizo. I had just started Kaizo. I had no business playing it, but I just was so excited to like try to beat the first level because I knew like everybody was playing it. I was like, oh my God, I want to be in this moment with everybody. So it's cool that this has been my first experience in a game like this because basically everybody I know is playing it. And my favorite thing to do is like when I'm streaming late at night, the beginning of a stream, everyone, it's all popping and everything. But as like, I stream until 2:00 in the morning Eastern. So it starts to like, get a little quieter and stuff towards the end of the night. And I'll just randomly be like, so what are you guys doing in Pokopia? And like 15 people will come on alert and they'll be like, I'm doing this. And like everybody's playing it. Everybody's playing it. So, I mean, if you're on the fence about buying Pokopia or if it's making you consider possibly getting a Switch, there is endless content in this game. I'm not going to beat this game for a long time or maybe even progress in it. And I can't tell you how overwhelmed I am by how much I can do in the game. So I can't say how much it was worth the price for me.
Yeah, it's been a system seller for sure. The numbers, we're talking about sales numbers for Crimson Dead. This one's I sold, I forgot, it might be like 3 million in the first week or so.
Wow. It's a top rated Pokemon game of all time, correct?
Yeah, there's a 90 on Metacritic.
Wow.
Highest rated game of the year.
So proud of my little Pokopias. I'm so proud.
I know.
Do you have a okay, maybe this is a me thing, but oh my God, this is so bad. If I don't like a Pokemon,
oh my God.
So like there's that one Pokemon, like the weirdo freaking, it's not Volbeat, it's the other one that it evolves into, I think. The one that says that it likes butts. It's like, I want to look at human butts or whatever. I was like, you're going away. You're not going to live anywhere near me. And Weeping Bell was doing some weird stuff the other night in my stream, so he needed to go. There's putting a lot of stuff in his mouth, and I didn't like it. And so I take the ones I don't like, and I there's this little like mountain that's like on the other end of my area, the farthest away from me, and I just put them there, and that's where they stay. But if I love a Pokemon, like if like my Bulbasaur and my Charizard live with me, I will literally give them everything. Whatever they want, like I just like load my house up with all their favorite stuff, and they have not had a complaint in weeks. Every time I talk to them, they're like, I'm doing awesome. No, they don't want a toy. They don't want food. I just go around giving all my Pokemon a berry. Just like all like however, like maybe like, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 Pokemon that I have. I'll spend 2 hours just giving them all a little berry and being like, hi, how are you today? Like, you can just do whatever. You can play however you want to. You can play however you want. You can just pick flowers like me. It's really fun. Do you guys play favorites
I like
at all?
That it's, for me, I just unlocked Sylveon, which is my favorite evolution, and Snorlax.
Oh,
personal favorite.
So
regular
cool.
Snorlax.
I just want my little Espeon so bad. I want Espeon. I do that too, though. But what you were saying, where like I have like my favorite Pokemon follow me. So whenever I'm in the wasteland, the first thing I do, I go find my Bulbasaur, and I'm like, come with me. Come with me, no matter what I'm doing. Just like my little companion,
Yeah, it's like I don't even need the ability. I just want this little guy coming with me. And this actually was my first game like this too. Like I haven't ever played Animal Crossing. I've played once Minecraft, and it's hooked me, just like it has you. So I feel like that's a really good commentary on the game itself. That it's surface level. Yeah, it's a bunch of Pokemon, but there's a lot of depth to it. There's a lot of fun. Like the possibilities of what you can build, like you said, are endless. It's just so cool to see, like Fresh was saying, everything that people have created online with screenshots and like, oh my god, how did you build this giant tower with like multiple levels and offices and a DJ space?
I
And
know.
I know.
I know. I'm
It's
gonna
like
build a little
beautiful,
club.
like houses, underwater tunnel. Like it's crazy.
I could never like take it that seriously because it would stress me out so much. But like me just building my like little like I built a storage shed. I'm so proud of it. I built just a shed that has a bunch of storage bins in it, and like I am so proud that because I built that structure from the ground up, so I feel really cool about it. And it's I don't know. I feel like you can literally just do whatever you want at your own pace, and you will have a great time. If you're someone who wants to who's a completionist, you want to go beat the game, like. I haven't. None of us have rolled credits yet, but for the people I know who have, everybody just loves the game and they're just so excited to keep playing it. So this has definitely been a bombshell in my year, in the best way. I can't wait to play more.
I hope they do a DLC eventually of like new islands. Like that could be like way to
yeah.
keep it fresh. Like new area,
Yeah.
new type of material, new type of task. Like you said, Ash, like each Pokemon has a purpose, like maybe a new kind of thing to do. Like I feel like there's a lot of possibility there for additional
Right.
content down the line. Not that it needs it now, like given how much you can
Right.
do, but it'd be really neat.
But they already did an
That
event,
was-
which is so cool. They did the Hot Pip
Yeah, we
event,
got one in March.
which is awesome. And then there's another one coming at the end of April. They're going to do a Sableye event,
Yeah.
which is so awesome. Already they're doing these
But
big events.
I know, and I'm thinking like holiday. I know like Animal Crossing, they're gonna have holiday themed events. So like my mind already jumped to October. Can we there's so many ghost Pokemon. Like they can do some cool stuff with that. Like I feel like this game is like set up to where they can drop these little small events here. These select Pokemon will come in and you can collect these things. That has me excited. Like Christmas time, we can do something like Christmas time, holiday, Delibird.
What if it snows? What if it snows on all our islands?
Snow would be cool.
Christmas. Oh my gosh.
Because someone mentioned, I believe, at least for I have not seen any ice Pokemon yet. And I don't know if they're
thought. Ooh, then maybe I'll make an ice
like,
area
we
too.
could get a little, add new little town, new island or sections and stuff, biomes.
The possibilities are endless.
I know, yeah, so cool.
I'm really excited about it. Well, we're winding down here towards the end of the episode. Boys, I have to ask you before we come to a close, was there anything in the gaming space or any of the topics that we talked about that you were like, oh my gosh, can we please go back to that for a second? Or anything that we didn't get to today?
I just think it's fun that Fresh and I both have this contrast of games that we love so far that have come out this year of RE9 and Pokopia. Are our two favorite games so far.
I was thinking that too. Like the two complete opposite. And they released very close together too.
So funny.
Back to back potential game of the years of two totally different styles, but it just goes to show that you don't have to like a particular kind of game only to appreciate really good games. And so I don't know. I think it's just a fun contrast that both of us were like, yeah, it's our favorite RE game, and this is also Pokopia is also great too.
So true.
For me, the only thing, because we really didn't have time to touch on this, but I just wanted to say I did play Pokemon Fire Red since the last time that we had the podcast. It was my first playthrough. I absolutely loved the game. I put 55 hours into it. I did beat it. And I actually beat it by accident. I meant to train my team, and then I ended up just going through the whole Elite Four and Gary, and I was like, oh, guess I beat the game. So I massively enjoyed it. And and Fresh and I, we traded and we got a Gengar.
We did, yeah.
That was awesome. Anything for you, Fresh?
No, I think we hit everything. Kind of like you. I mean, I also played Leaf Green. I just wish it came at a really bad time when Pokopia released. So, like, I jump in here and there, but
yeah,
I will eventually finish it.
Yeah, I know everything kind of.
Munch and I started Fire Red.
Did you?
And we got out of the first. Wait, I think we went to the first town and then Pokopia.
Like the timing was so terrible on that, but I do feel like they had to release those games. I think that they leaked and that things got changed around and that they had to release it personally. But I'm glad they did. I'm glad I got to play them both. Guys, thank you so much for being on the podcast today. I am so deeply appreciative of you guys' time. What an awesome conversation and so many cool things happening in the gaming space. Science, can you please let the people know what's going on with you and where they can find you?
So you can find us on Twitch at science_streams. Science streams on socials and Science Media on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all those. We've got a special event coming up to celebrate Earth Month, kicking off tonight, the 28th, all the way through Earth Day, April 22nd. We're partnering with World Wildlife Fund, the first ever partnership that they're ever done with streamers, and we're interviewing wildlife conservationists across a variety of different disciplines and animals, from pollinators to black-footed ferrets to North American bison and rhinos.
Wow.
So you can come ask questions, learn about these animals, and help conserve animals that, we still have them around for our kids and grandkids.
Amazing.
Awesome. That's so cool.
Happy to have you on here, Blint. Thank you again for being with us tonight.
Thank you so much for the invite. It's just I love the show. I love what you do, and it's an honor to be here.
Honored to have you, my friend. Fresh, what are you up to, and where can the people find you?
You can find me at fresh64_ on Twitch. I've been currently doing a playthrough of some of the old Arkham games. So I played through Arkham Knight, Arkham Origins for the first time, and I made the bold choice to play Gotham Knights, which has been an experience. That's all I'll say. It's been an experience. But that's currently what I'm just playing through so much Batman games, getting hyped up for Lego Batman.
Awesome. Me too. Fresh and I, again, will be doing a podcast short this coming week. We'll be going to see the Mario movie first thing in the morning. We'll be reporting on it, and I'll have that episode for you that night. Fresh, thank you for coming back tonight. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, always love coming back. Love talking games. So thank you so much.
Anytime. You can find me on twitch.tv/Ashley with 2 E's _FL. You go to ashleyfl.com. All my stuff is there. You can't miss it. Everything I'm on is on the site. You can also go to enteringendgamepodcast.com for anything that you want entering Endgame. Love to hear from you guys. If you ever want to shoot us an email, enteringendgame@gmail.com. You can ask us a question or tell us how awesome we are. Any trash emails you can direct directly to Fresh. On my channel, I'm currently playing through Mario Sunshine, always doing Kaizo, SMW, and always doing those Ocarina of Time randomizers. And super excited for the Mario movie coming up. With that, this has been episode 10. Thank you guys for listening, and we will see you next month. Bye.